Hello, my name is Lyndall. Welcome to this slow-paced Hatha Yoga flow. For the practice that suits all levels, you may need 2 yoga blocks. So change into comfortable clothes and roll out your yoga mat. We'll start standing upright. The feet are together or hips distance apart. Reach the right arm up on an inhalation, bend to the left side on an exhalation, and hold the side bend, breathing through the nose and pressing the left hand into the thigh. On an inhalation, come upright again. Exhale, inhale, reach the left arm up. Exhale, bend to the right and hold the side bend, breathing continuously through the nose. Keep both shoulders stacked and the chest in the same plane as the hips. Come upright on an inhale. Cross the right foot in front of the left. Walk the back foot out to the right side while bending the front knee. Right hand on the hip to bend to the right side into Lasyasana. Release and pull the right thigh into the chest. Interlace the hands below the knee. Circle the foot 3 times in each direction. Stay here or bind the arms around the knee. Release the right foot down and pull the left thigh into the chest. Circle the foot 3 times clockwise and anti-clockwise. Again, you have the option to stay here or take a bind around the knee. Release the left foot down and cross the left foot in front of the right foot. Move the back foot to the left side. Place the left hand into the waist and bend the torso to the left. Keep the chest open. Come out of Lasyasana and place the feet parallel, together or hips distance apart. Prepare for a supported standing back bend, placing the hands in the lower back, fingers pointing down, fingers pointing up, or thumbs into the low back. While breathing continuously through the nose, push the hips forward and lift the chest up while bending the spine back. Keep the chin to the chest at first. When comfortable in the back bend, you can tilt the head backwards. To come out, bring the chin to the chest and the shoulders over the hips. Adopt mountain pose or Tadasana. We'll repeat a second set. You can choose to support the hands in the lower back, or you can slide the hands down the thighs. Come slowly back to standing. Inhale and reach the arms to the side and up. Exhale, join both hands in Anjali Mudra in front of the heart. Inhale, reach the arms forward and up, bend back. Exhale to fold, hinging from the hips. Use a block on either side of the body if necessary, and bend one knee after the other, alternating a left and a right. Get used to the stretch in the backside of the legs and the torso. Straighten both legs and grab hold of the backside of the ankles or keep the hands onto the blocks. Breathe evenly while holding the standing forward fold or Uttanasana. Place both hands down on the ground on either side of the feet and step the right foot and the left foot back to plank pose. Stay strong as a plank, pushing the heels back and keeping the hips in line with the shoulders. Bend the knees and push the belly towards the thighs, opening the shoulders and chest, head in between both arms. Straighten the legs in downward facing dog or Adho Mukha Svanasana. Hold still or move around spontaneously, swaying the hips or paddling the feet out onto the spot. Let's practice a couple of spinal rolls. On an inhalation, roll the spine forward to bring the shoulders over the wrist. On an exhalation, lift the gaze, bend both knees and send the hips up and back to down dog again. Repeat a couple of more on your own. From down dog, roll the knees down, keep the hips over the knees, and stretch out the arms and chest in extended puppy pose. Stay here or lift one knee after the other to straighten both legs. Bring the knees and hips down. Rest the head on top of the base of the thumbs with the hands in prayer. Relax the body as a whole. Plant the hands down to the sides of the torso below the shoulders and inhale to bend back in Cobra pose or Bhujangasana. Exhale to return to the starting position. Repeat a few more times on the pace of the breath or move more spontaneously as feels good. Send the hips back to the heels in Child's Pose or Balasana. Walk the hands over to one side to stretch out the waist and the side of the torso. Move the hands to the other side to find a gentle side bend. Come back to the middle and return to downward facing dog. Reach the right leg high for down dog splits. Draw the right knee into the chest, moving the shoulders over the wrists, and step the right foot down in between the hands. Lower the left knee to the ground for low lunge or Anjaneyasana. Maybe place the hands on blocks on either side of the body. Stay here or add a back bend to open the heart and the throat. Straighten the right leg and flex the right foot to fold over the leg for half splits or Ardha Hanumanasana. The hands can rest on the blocks or you can reach for the ground. Return to Anjaneyasana to turn the body sideways for half garland pose or Ardha Malasana. Keep the hands on the ground or join the hands in Anjali Mudra. Lower the hips to the ground, keep the right knee up or fold it down to move into revolved head to knee pose, Parivrita Janu Sirsasana. Keep the left leg straight and bend sideways as much as possible. Keep the shoulders stacked and the chest open. come out and turn the chest and hips to the front of the mat. Right knee over the ankle. Left leg straight behind you. Place the left hand on the ground or a block and twist the chest to the right side, reaching the right arm high. Keep on pushing into the left hand to transition to side plank. Maybe bend the top knee and place the right foot down behind the left knee to lift the hips and open the heart in a wild thing pose. Slowly return to plank pose. And back to down dog. Left leg rises into down dog splits. With control, step the left foot down in between the hands to adopt Anjaneyasana. Maybe use blocks. And you have the option to bend back. Move into Ardha Hanumanasana on the left side, flexing the left foot, straightening the left leg, and hinging over the straight leg, breathing into the hamstring stretch. Return to low lunge, and from here move into half garland pose, hands down or hands together in prayer. Come to revolved head to knee, with the option to keep the left knee up instead of folded down. Come out and return to the front of the mat for twisted high lunge. Reach the left arm high and gaze up to the top hand. Transfer the weight completely into the right hand and back foot to move into side plank, and maybe wild thing by bending the left knee and stepping the foot down behind the right knee. Sweep the left arm up alongside the ear. Come out of wild thing. Flip back to plank pose and rest for a couple of cycles of breath in Balasana. Prepare mentally for 2 rounds of camel pose or Ustrasana. Stand up onto the knees. Keep the knees and feet hips distance apart. You can place a block on the outside of each ankle. Start supporting the lower back as we did in the standing back bend in the beginning of the class. The action is very similar. Push the hips forward and draw the chest up towards the ceiling. The chin can stay into the chest as at first. If comfortable, you can place the hands on the blocks in the height of your choice. Maybe tilt the head back. Return upright, standing on the knees, and adopt Vajrasana or Thunderbolt pose. Let's do a second set. You choose hands supporting the lower back, hands on the blocks, or maybe bringing one hand after the other to the soles of the feet. Keep on pushing the hips forward and stretching the heart up. To come out, bring one hand into the lower back and then the other. Back to Vajrasana. And Balasana. Prepare for a counter pose, rabbit pose. We start in Vajrasana with both legs together. Grab hold of the feet with the thumbs to the outside and the forefingers to the inside. Round the back and bring the forehead as close as possible to the knees to lift the hips and roll the crown of the head on the floor without letting go of the grip. Come out of rabbit pose and adopt a wide-legged child's pose with the arms extended forward. Come to seated. Fold the left foot near the right hip and place the right foot to the outside of the left knee. If this is not available to you, straighten out the bottom leg instead. Inhale, reach the right arm up, and exhale, place the hand down behind you, twisting the torso. Left elbow around or over the left knee. Maybe bring the left hand to the inner arch of the right foot, or take a bind behind the back and in between the legs. Gaze over the right shoulder. Slowly release the spinal twist to practice the second side. Fold the right foot near the left hip. Place the left foot on the outside of the right knee with the option to straighten out the bottom leg. Inhale, left arm up. Exhale, hand down behind you to twist. Knee into the elbow crease, or right arm pushes into the outside of the left leg. Maybe grabs the inner arch of the left foot or bind between the legs. Gaze backwards over the left shoulder. Come out of half Lord of the Fishes pose and straighten both legs together in front of you. Flex the feet and lift the kneecaps. Inhale, reach the arms up, and exhale, fold forward, hinging from the hips. Reach for the feet or the legs. If you can touch the toes, you can try a yogic grip around the big toes to pull the elbows to the side and the abdomen closer to the thighs. If you need more intensity, grasp the soles of the feet and eventually maybe the opposite wrist. Try to breathe evenly in the seated forward fold or Paschimottanasana. It's a complete stretch for the backside of the body. Come out of the forward fold and go and lay down on the back. Place the heels close by the sitting bones, the feet hips distance apart. The hands can grasp the ankles or you can turn the palms down. Lift the hips as high as possible in bridge pose. Stay here in active bridge pose, or place 2 blocks under the sacrum to straighten the legs out for a passive version. If you're in the passive bridge pose, bend the legs and press the feet into the ground to take the blocks away. Slowly roll the spine and hips down to the ground and open the knees to the side, feet together for Supta Baddha Konasana or reclined butterfly pose. Close the knees together with the help of the hands. Straighten both legs out. Come up, leaning on the elbows to prepare for fish pose. You can choose a passive version with a block horizontally in the upper back underneath the rib cage. Arms alongside the ears. Or you can practice the active fish pose. Pressing into the elbows, lift the chest high to tilt the head back and open the throat. Come out of your fish pose, bring the chin to the chest again, and slowly roll down after taking the block away. Open the legs comfortably apart and place the arms to the sides of the body, palms up. Find a position of the head in the center. Relax the muscles of the body and the face and set the intention to not move anymore. Notice the flow of the breath. Stay here as long as you need.